The world watches as the Russia-Ukraine conflict continues. This isn't just a regional dispute, it's a conflict with global implications. Russia's invasion of Ukraine in February 2022 sent shockwaves around the world. The images were stark: cities under siege, civilians fleeing for safety, a nation fighting for its survival. The international community responded with condemnation and sanctions against Russia. But for Ukraine, something more was needed: material support in their fight against a larger, more heavily armed adversary. The United States, along with its NATO allies, stepped up to provide Ukraine with the military aid it desperately needed. This aid has taken many forms, from anti-tank missiles like the Javelin, which have proved highly effective against Russian armor, to sophisticated intelligence sharing that gives Ukrainian forces a clearer picture of the battlefield. But perhaps the most potent symbol of American military support has been the M1 Abrams tank. These 70-ton behemoths, mainstays of the U.S. military for decades, represent a significant escalation in the types of weaponry being supplied to Ukraine. The decision to send Abrams tanks was not taken lightly. It reflects the seriousness with which the U.S. and its allies view the conflict. The arrival of Abrams tanks in Ukraine was met with a mix of hope and skepticism. Some military analysts questioned their suitability for the Ukrainian battlefield, which is characterized by vast plains and muddy terrain, very different from the deserts where the Abrams first proved its mettle. Others pointed to the logistical challenges of maintaining and operating these complex machines in a war zone. The reality of the Abrams' performance in Ukraine has been mixed. There have been reports of Ukrainian crews using the tanks effectively, their firepower and armor proving valuable assets in combat. The Abrams' sophisticated targeting systems and thermal optics give them a significant edge in engagements, particularly at night. However, the tanks have also proven vulnerable to certain Russian weapons systems, particularly drone-launched munitions and advanced anti-tank missiles. The arrival of Abrams tanks in Ukraine has also become a focal point in the information war that rages alongside the physical conflict. Russia has been quick to seize upon any Ukrainian losses of these tanks, exaggerating their significance and portraying them as evidence of the Abrams' supposed ineffectiveness. Russian state media has circulated images of damaged or destroyed Abrams tanks, claiming them as proof that Western military support is failing. This propaganda effort is aimed not only at the Ukrainian people seeking to erode their morale but also at Western audiences, aiming to sow doubt about the wisdom of continuing to arm Ukraine. The reality, as is often the case in war, is far more nuanced than the propaganda would suggest. The Abrams, while not invincible, has provided Ukraine with a valuable tool in its fight for survival. Their deployment represents a significant commitment from the United States and its allies, one that is